And it doesn't hurt.
It does not hurt.
Yeah. And I can't tell exactly what that is. Like, it makes me wonder if I'm actually moving some of your hardware around.
No, the hardware is lower on the ankle.
Yeah. How's that right there? And again, more lateral. Down?
Down, yeah. Let's get to it.
When somebody has, so like therapists will post in forums and they'll wonder, like, I don't think they even understand what I'm saying sometimes when I say, yeah, the sessions are 3 hours long. They're like, dude, what the hell are you doing for 3 hours? And it's like, you'll come in with something like this. I might spend an hour just on your lower leg.
Right.
And then I go on and work on hips and upper back and, you know, other stuff. If somebody's having a real chronic problem, I could easily spend 2 hours on like their shoulder girdle if they're having shoulder pain or whatever. And then the other hour is just softening them up, you know, making it nice where it's not so.
Yeah, so it's real focused work.
Yeah.
So you spend the majority of the time.
And then if I put pressure down here, it's okay?
It's fine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll try a little bit further down. There we go. If I hook in here, is that too sharp?
No.
Okay. Now if I am up
It's still good.
or down,
Still the same.
doesn't matter if it's up or down here?
No, it goes
Now, what if it's more kind of medial?
I was about to
More, a
say
little
medial.
more lateral?
medial this
More
way.
medial this way? If I'm around top, maybe right there?
It's good.
Okay. So very slowly here, the pressure I have in the back where my leg is that fine?
That's good.
Okay.
It's even.
Can you make small movements with your foot?
Sure.
Kind of pull through? There you go, yeah. And you can, I mean, plantar flex, dorsiflex, evert, or whatever all the names are. I just want you to move the foot around. It's almost like you think of it as like a yoga stretch. Like you find something and go, ooh, what's that? And you kind of lean into it.
All right.
Yeah. Feel like it's helping at all?
Yeah, I can actually feel that we've gone deeper. I don't know if that makes sense.
It just seems to pull into those muscle fibers. It also, if I get into a problem area, it kind of allows you to add some pressure. How's this out here?
Crunchy?
I mean, other than that, how does the
Good.
tissue
No
feel?
pain.
No
Yeah,
pain?
it's
Not the same as when I'm up in tib?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't feel as tight.
Now, if I start to press in here, how's that?
That's good.
Not too much on your ankle or knee?
Not so much,
Okay.
no.
I'm just trying to protect the joint, which is why I stacked the bolsters that way. When I come in here, how's that?
Just a slight pain or pressure.
Okay. So,
Like it's a little sensitive.
okay. So it's sensitive where I'm touching. It's not that it's shifting the ankle bones in a way.
No, it's
Okay.
not shifted.
That's what I'm trying to prevent, just because I know you've had injury there before. So if I lean more towards my big toe or towards my pinky toe, which one of those do you want?
Big toe.
Big toe. So down. Okay. If I lean in there, how's that?
Good.
There we go. Now what if I start to move you?
A little painful.
Increases the intensity a little bit?
Yes, definitely.
Not too much?
Not so much.
Okay.
I think it's making those muscles work, that haven't been. Under this kind of pressure, at least.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's visible on camera. I can see it from here. Like when I look at her right foot, it's a little more flushed, kind of pink. On this left side, it's gone more pale. There's enough compressive force because of where the blanket is in my foot that it's forming a bit of a tourniquet. When I let off, it's probably going to flush just a little bit. And you'll probably see just a little bit of color change as it back off. You feel it flush out a little?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like blood rush. Strangely though, my body does the opposite thing. It feels more cold.
Temperature maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Temperature changes. And then if I'm a little bit higher, not too much on the ankle. In other words, especially like the tarsal bones, the ankle bones, like when I'm pressing down, it can put a little pressure on your heel. So I just want to make sure it's not shifting those in a way that feels uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That right there is, whew.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt dense when I was using my elbow, but this is a much broader tool. I went a little bit lower. Is that better?
No.
You're like, better?
Worse.
Relatively. She's like wincing. So too
And
much?
It's not bad. I think my nerves are still a little
Sure.
hypersensitive, a little, so.
So even for massage therapists, what I see is this. If I do what I'm doing right now, unless they do something like ashiatsu, they've never felt this sensation. It's like I don't have another tool that's the shape of this. So the pressure parameters, like sometimes I can see therapists checking into their body going, is this safe? So if I give you more pressure towards my big toe,
Pinky.
more towards the pinky. Okay, let me shift my position a little bit. Right there?
Yes.
There we go. And yeah, if you want to move a little bit, you can. Too much? Now, what if I give you some movement there?
Yikes. Okay.
When you say yikes, is it beyond your range of motion or just tender?
Just tender.
Okay.
It's really sore.
You know more about the biology as a nurse than I do. Like I deal with the pain science community, and a lot of what I see is they see footage of me, and I would talk about compression, and compression as a tool as being one of my favorites. And people would kind of like wave their finger at me, like, no, 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 no. I'm like, what? And they're like, it's not compression, it's stretching skin. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. Dude, like, why is it when I say compression, you think pounds per square inch? Like, they're not fucking Play-Doh.
But it is compression.
It's like,
Or maybe I'm the idiot.
compression is stretching skin. It's like, you're getting lost in semantics about how are we interacting with tissue? And here's what happens. If I did something like this and you were like, ooh, no, 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 too deep, too sharp, too this, too that, I just change it.
Right.
Like if I had to, I could just roll up your pants leg and use some oil and just like strip it out
Stretch
if I
it,
needed to. Yeah, but I don't feel like, in my experience, it's not typically as beneficial for chronic pain, is what I find. Like, as a chronic pain sufferer, if people do Swedish to me, I'm like, dude, really?
Right.
Like, you're killing me. I'm gonna go a little bit higher. Right there. When you're moving, you're just trying to explore.
Yes.
A little bit of range right there. If I'm a little bit higher, do you still prefer if I'm down towards the ankle?
No, coming up is
Okay.
good. Higher is good.
And when I'm in, more towards the big toe or more towards the pinky?
More towards the pinky.
Okay. Right there?
Yes.
There we go. I've got theories about why it may work. The problem is pain science dictates that I have to understand more about the biology, which means I have to understand nerves. I have to understand actual brain messages and signals. But what I find interesting is one of my colleagues he's my go-to guy if I have a question. And essentially what he'll do is he'll pull me aside and go, Robert, the pain science doesn't change what we do. It changes why we think it works to begin with.
Right.
So it's like, it's not a technique. He's like, he understands, like, Robert, you've worked for 17 years in chronic pain management. Like, you don't need, I mean, new techniques are great, but he's like, you're not lacking in techniques. It's just, it takes time to refine the actual whys of why does it work.
Right.
Yeah.
And I still think that's relative to each individual as well.
Yeah.
I mean, scientific, evidence-based practices,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Yes.
Evidence-based practices from a nurse, blah, blah, blah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Right there.
That's good.
Still good?
Yeah.
So when I'm pressing here, are you getting any referred pain?
No.
So it's just what are they, localized,
It's
just in the
localized
one
right
spot.
there.
Yeah.
Mhm.